Welcome to this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters, the podcast we chart the cinematic legacy of the classic monsters. I'm John Campbell. With me as always, Brendan Jones.
John.
Yes.
Can a pouty, personality-less werewolf woman find love with a very pretty graphic novel artist?
The most handsome graphic novel artist I've ever seen.
Apparently, in his college class, I saw this in the trivia, he was voted most handsome guy and prettiest girl. He was voted both.
It is true. I believe it. According to this movie, yes, they can find love.
Oh, thank God.
It works out.
Can I just say, I'm getting a little tired, and it's sad, because we were just talking about, we have Twilight coming up.
I know. Yeah.
Thanks to Underworld, I'm already tired of the Romeo and Juliet riffs on can a classic monster find love with a mere mortal?
This is like...
or whatever.
This one really... doing this after an Underworld movie really is like, do you like Underworld but wish it had basically no action, or at least very boring action when it does? Because that is what this is. If you eliminated all the cool things from Underworld, which we're both on the record as saying are the only interesting things about those movies, are they're like cool action set pieces, then you get this. A movie that is not horrible, but is completely just bland and nothing. I mean, this is air. This is just nothing.
Air.
I couldn't... And... We've seen infinitely worse. It's not like I said, it's not horrible like some of the stuff we've done, but it's just the whole. I just sat there multiple times watching this yesterday, going, "Man, there's nothing going on in this thing. This thing has nothing to offer."
There's nothing going on, and here's a real sad thing about it: is that I'm not saying it would make it much better, because there's intrinsically, as we just said, nothing here,
right?
But you don't cast your movie with good actors all around, but at the center of it is a void of an actress.
Oh, God.
And I'm sorry, I never like to be that guy.
No.
She's also not the worst actor we've ever seen.
No.
But at the core of the movie is a woman who is pretty and a void. She's a black hole where you're like, I get nothing out of her.
I mean, she put her right up. If her and Casper Van Dien were in a movie together, you wouldn't even be able to see them. Like, you wouldn't even be able to watch them. There'd be nothing on your screen.
No, because light would not be able to escape that event.
But I feel very similar about both of them. They're both very pretty. They should be charismatic. They both look like movie stars, but they just have nothing. And I remember this actress. I was trying to go... Because I remember the name. I remember her doing so. Agnes Bruckner is who the actress is.
I didn't know her. Then I looked her up, and I was not surprised to find out she had played Anna Nicole Smith.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that fits.
Yeah, and it's like, what did I know her from? And the answer is like a couple episodes of 24 and Alien. Like, she was one of these people where these happen, right? Where Hollywood goes like, is this going to be a person? No.
Yeah,
yeah. No. And then her co-star in this, Hugh Dancy, man, he has to carry all the charisma for both of them in this.
Well, I mean, I would say that even, to some degree, even the lesser characters, and we've got the guy from that Diane Lane movie.
Olivier Martinez.
Yeah, and he's what you want.
He smolders
the woman who plays the aunt. She has some acting meat on her bones. And the guys who are her cousins, they're all pretty good.
You thought Bobo Ben Foster was good?
Bobo Ben Foster? Well, I mean, against what he's
yes, agreed.
Comparatively.
He has... now, I will say that you and I have oft discussed British versus American actors. Not a great indication to the American side when she is the only American in this cast. And
she is the only American.
Though Hugh Dancy's putting on I mean, the guy. I almost always see him play American and stuff because he's got that accent down pat.
And he's doing a fine job.
Yep. I mean, I was telling you, I watch him every week on Law and Order. Hannibal, one of my favorite shows ever.
Man,
and he's incredible.
He destroyed Hannibal. It was
yeah,
so good.
He's incredible in it. And I almost feel like they put him on Law and Order because NBC's like, sorry about Hannibal. Do you want to be on like the ultimate flagship crime show that you can probably work on forever if you want to? Also, I can't be too upset with him. He's married to Claire Danes. He's probably doing all right.
Oh, we don't need to worry.
I think he's doing just fine, folks. He's
also,
very handsome and talented.
Yes, he is. Yeah. And here's a little sideways thing, which is there's a podcast that I highly recommend listening to called Ghost Story. And it is about a British journalist discovers that his wife's family had a ghost in their home, and it turns out it was actually perhaps the same home that he had lived in as a kid, totally coincidentally, where he had his own weird paranormal thing. And that was also the house owned by the Dancy family. And historically, as in, I think Hugh's grandfather or great-grandfather, I think great-grandfather, was involved in a mysterious death in his home. So weirdly, the guy is investigating his own haunted house from when he was a childhood, and then he gets involved in the Dancy family's murder mystery and whether or not there was a conspiracy, a cover-up. And because he's married into the Dancy family, he's now like brother-in-law or cousin-in-law to Hugh. So Hugh shows up as himself, like telling what he knows of the family history.
Yeah.
And it's engrossing. It's several episodes. And by the end, they come to some conclusions. The family is a little testy about what they're finding because apparently Hugh Dancy's family is very respected, highly respected doctors and so forth.
Oh wow, I see. I did not know any of this.
Yes. So it's a really good podcast, and it's not just a paranormal thing. It is also true crime, and it's also a family thing.
Long histories of family stuff, especially.
Yeah, and Hugh Dancy himself is like going, well, I always heard that this and is like, I myself would be fascinated to learn the truth, but I think that my father will not be happy with you if you discover that his father is a murderer or grandfather or whatever.
Yeah.
So that is a complete sideways shout out.
I just love
though
looking at his IMDb. He was born in Stoke-on-Trent, Staffordshire, England. That's as British a place as you can get. Stoke-on-Trent, Staffordshire, England. Good Lord.
Just a second, Bond. How British am I? Would you say I'm very British?
He's very British. By the way, his full name, he was born Hugh Michael Hollis Dancy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, just British, all is all get out.
And then they get, when they're talking about the family forebear, the one that was involved in the murder.
Well, we're gonna get the Dancy family on our ass now.
He's like a Sir Henry or whatever, blah, 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 but he preferred to be called Father. So they keep like going like, well, Father was known, and you're like, wow, the Britishness of all of this.
It's just so British. Yeah.
Anyway,
but
he plays an American. He plays an American comic book artist.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I've met many a comic book artist, as have you. Not a one comes close to.
Nope, none of them are adorably floppy-haired Brits.
Oh god, that floppy hair really. There's so many things in this movie that totally tell you it's 2007. That floppy hair is one of them, and then the parkour. Right, the parkour is just rampant.
Well, here's the thing that I want to thank this movie for, which is basically dispelling all kinds of myths about werewolves.
Oh, well, because this is one of those. No, these are the real werewolves movies.
Yeah, these are the real ones. And I got to say, thanks to this movie, I now know that all werewolves are douchebag white guys who do parkour.
Yeah. Well, which I guess in this makes sense, because if you can't get turned into a werewolf, it's all like a bloodline. Yeah, I guess they're all like Anglo-Saxon pieces of shit from that have just passed on this curse.
That is absolutely the truth, and they sure do love to jump and
I just
bounce off of things.
I couldn't believe how much this when she was first parkouring. I thought, oh, what? And then I didn't realize, there's going to be like a lot in this movie. And then
casual parkour thing that she's doing, like at the beginning, it almost made me angry.
This was that era.
It's so lame. It's so lame.
Once again, being such a huge fan of action movies that I am, this was an era when every movie had to have James Bond had parkour, Die Hard had parkour. You had to have parkour in you. Yeah. There was the District B-13 movies. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
They were French action films entirely based around parkour.
Yeah.
It was a world where everyone did parkour.
There had been, I mean, you're assuming that the people don't know that a law had been passed. That you had to have parkour in your films.
Yeah. I think
so
by the time
we're all aware.
By the time The Office did that cold open, that was the end of it. It's like, okay, now it's gotten to the place where a major network sitcom is mocking it.
Parkour!
Yeah, that's because that
parkour.
I feel like
and
you
gotta shout it as you do it.
That's what I mean. I think that like is where everybody goes like, okay, it's lame now. That Steve Carell and Ed Helms are yelling parkour. It's just like, all right. Let's talk about Blood and Chocolate. Let's talk about this poster, man, because oh man, it's
a couple of faces.
It's a couple. Well, it's the same face, but one is
the same face. But we get two versions of it.
One is a pretty face, and one is basically the same face, but her eyes are a little bit. Because here's the thing about this movie: there's no werewolf makeup in this movie. Not really. They do that. No. They do the weird eyes a couple times, but
they do weird eyes, and then they shift. And okay, I'll give the movie this much credit.
Okay.
They hired some wolves.
They did.
Actual wolves.
They did.
In packs. And they're running and they're growling. Yeah. And I'm like, I respect a werewolf movie that goes, they turn into wolves.
Sure.
However, they do this very inconsistently as to what the rules of doing that are.
Yes.
So we'll get
also,
to that
the very silly way in which they turn into the wolves.
You mean when they do aerial dives and
then turn into like sparkles and it's real bad. It's embarrassing.
Is it or is it great? So no. There are moments where it almost works when it's like in motion, while they're running. It's the part they decided to slow them down where they're like doing full like I'm flying.
That's exactly, and the camera's like under them as they sail over the lens.
The worst thing I've ever seen.
God, especially when you have like multiples of them doing it. Oh god.
Yep.
Yeah. So we've got Agnes Bruckner laying there looking at the camera, and then reflected in the floor, I guess.
Sure.
Is her once again,
or it's just a split screeny thing.
Yeah, it's a split screeny thing, but it's just a darker blue filled. It looks like she's an Underworld character.
Yep.
Cracked floor image of her with her teeth kind of clenched. But once again, she's not really a monster. She's just kind of like, now I'm scary.
Yeah, and she's got the wolf eye.
And she's got the wolf eyes now. But once again, it's just like, if I looked at this, I would be, Ben, by the way, from the producers of Underworld, it says at the top. So,
thank God, I feel better.
Yeah, which I always love. I've talked about this before. I love from the producers of something, because as you and I know, movies can have like 100 producers. That is never a selling point to me.
Yeah, it's quite possible that
these
producers never saw what has their name on.
A lot of the time it's due to some sort of contractual thing. Sometimes it's just putting money in stuff without really thinking about it. So I don't. Yeah, from the producers of anything, I'm always just like, who gives a shit? People produce stuff all the time. And then yes, do I have? I do have a couple taglines on this thing.
Okay, good.
We have the one that's on this poster, which is "Temptation comes in many forms." Yeah. But then, don't you wish that was longer? Don't you wish that?
Yeah.
Everyone has two lives. The one we show the world, and the one that was never meant to be seen.
Yeah, okay.
Those are your tagline options for this.
That's great.
Yeah.
I will say this. I have a lot of problems with, if a movie's good, as you know, I'm a nitpicker. I listen to what they're saying and I start going, well, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
However, if a movie's good, I will usually kind of overlook things like that because I'm swept away. I'm taken with it.
Yeah.
We brought up Dr. Phibes, for instance, on the other podcast. there are plenty of logic holes all over Dr. Phibes, and I don't care.
Right.
Because I'm invested, I'm won over.
Well, because
this thing...
it has a style, it has a voice.
Sure, and also it's just instantly captivating.
Yeah.
And this is nonsense. And so therefore they haven't earned the right to just make up nonsense like this is what this posits, this movie.
Oh.
It posits that there used to be herds of loop gurus.
This is one of those movies too where it's like, oh no, we're not saying werewolf. No, that's stupid bullshit. These are the real deal loop gurus, folks. We're going back to the original mythology of this stuff.
Which is also bullshit, because
that is what's funny about it, right? Is that it's trying to be like, these are where werewolves started, folks. You're like, but it's not.
No, it's also just, it doesn't make sense, because they say Bucharest, which is where this takes place.
Yes.
They say Bucharest was like that was their hub.
Yeah.
That was where the Loop Guru,
werewolf capital of the world,
capital of werewolves. But I sit there going, if they're Loop Gurus is literally French.
Yes.
And that is a French term from their folklore about people who transform into wolves. So how the fuck would Loop Gurus from Bucharest, I mean, why would they be calling themselves by a French name anyway, going back centuries? That's bullshit.
And that Hugh Dancy has come to Bucharest to study the Loop Guru. Which is that also implies to the non-werewolf population, they know this is the werewolf place.
Yeah, and yes, it is so stupid that, oh God, oh man. So all of that's just pissing me off, and then it's like, well, you think of them as cursed humans who are forced to turn into wolves. It goes, the thing is, they are more than man and more than wolf. They are this supreme being because they can shift between, and they're like, great.
Yeah.
Well, why are they all just white douchebags? And then it's also the thing about, we only hunt as a pack.
Yeah.
It's like, if you hunt outside the pack, that's a rule. These werewolves, for centuries, have these rules applied to them.
Yeah.
And in this movie, over the course of like 2 weeks,
all
of them have broken every one of the rules. And I'm like, what happened, man? You guys were doing pretty well for a few hundred years, and then
rules
people
all
are breaking
stem
rules.
from Olivier Martinez, because they talk about it's Gabriel's laws.
Not all of them. He is the alpha. He's the
keeper of the rules or whatever, right?
Yeah, he's the keeper of the rules, I guess, until he dies. And they do say that we do get old and we do die.
There's like a lot of these movies, there's like a kernel of an interesting idea to me in this of werewolves have been hunted to near extinction, so they've all packed together and they all follow this guy who's like, I'm going to try to keep you on a path where we can flourish or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's an interesting idea. Like, basically, like a werewolf, like, palace intrigue movie is sounds kind of interesting to me. This movie isn't really about that at all. That's just sort of backdrop to do, because this is aimed at 14-year-old girls, right? Like, I mean, that is the target audience. I'm not. You can enjoy
but
it
also,
if you're not that.
They got pissed off because this is based on a novel series, just like Twilight was, for young adults.
And it really, you can feel that.
Felt that way as I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Then I looked it up and found out that was the truth.
Yep.
And so it's based on that. But the fans were pissed off because of the changes they made.
Well,
that's always the trap.
Did you see in the trivia they bought the rights and then never communicated with the author of the book? She said,
that's not good.
According to the trivia, she was getting updates from fan sites while they were filming the movie. She goes, I'm getting the same information you have. Also, from what I gather, they hired Christopher Landon, who I'm actually a big fan of, son of Michael Landon, who's a really good horror filmmaker. He made the Happy Death Day movies and Freaky, and he does a lot of stuff at Blumhouse.
I haven't seen any of those.
Oh, all very good. We'll have to do those. I'm keeping a list now for our patron show, Last to Be Curious, because I'm like, okay, we'll do those, because I think you would really enjoy those. He starred in the Paranormal Activity movies. I'm not a huge fan of those, but he sort of carved a niche out for himself as like a horror comedy guy. Anyway, he wrote a draft of this apparently that basically got entirely rewritten, though he still, contains some credit on this. But I think he wrote something. I think what I'm saying is he's a really good horror filmmaker who I think, wrote something closer to the book. I don't know if it would have been good, but it would have, at least from what I gather, been more faithful. And then some producers got in here, hired Aaron Kruger, who has written things I like, but is a Hollywood, this is the guy who wrote a lot of the Transformers movies. He wrote the Ring movies. He wrote Top Gun Maverick, though, which made him all the money. I think he has all the money now. But I'm just saying, like, they brought in a guy who probably was like a studio name, to
right.
go like, you got to movify this, man. This got to be a movie now. And actually, though, it's still super boring. This movie's pretty boring.
This movie's boring because there is nothing.
Yeah. And
there's nothing here.
Apparently, audiences agreed with us, Brandon, because this has an estimated budget of $15 million.
Whoa, where did that go?
And that's not much.
No, I know that's not much, but it doesn't even look like a $15 million movie.
$15 million, but worldwide gross, 6.3.
Yeah, this isn't good.
You should be able to clear $15 million with a studio. 6.3. That's basically no one seeing it worldwide.
I will also, I have to say this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
Nothing here.
Yeah.
And I will say, as far as marketing.
Yeah.
This movie has very little blood.
Oh.
And
yeah.
And I'm willing to say, even less chocolate.
Actually, I think it has more chocolate than it has blood.
It may have more chocolate than blood.
But it's still not much.
But still not much.
I gotta say,
so I'm like, what is the point?
And I know that's the title of the novel. I think that's a huge problem, because I remember this movie coming out and not knowing what the fuck it was. I didn't know this was a werewolf movie when it came out. I was like, blood and chocolate? What the hell does that mean?
Because
it sounds like one of those like highfalutin French, dramas about a middle-aged woman finding, like Juliette Binoche should be in Blood and Chocolate.
Yeah, because
I'm thinking of Chocolat is exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
But I think weirdly, I honestly think that the authoress who wrote the young adult books is thinking the exact same way, because it's sort of like, ooh, this suggests romance.
Yes. And we've seen the movie. We know what the idea of it is, right?
Right. But it's
she's torn between. I love that in the IMDb trivia there is a description of what it means. She's torn between the blood of the pack that she's from and the chocolate that is Hugh Dancy.
Yeah, because when I think chocolate, I think Hugh Dancy.
I think of the pastiest, most British man ever. Chocolatey goodness.
Well, he's the tempting sweetness.
That's
because he is incredibly sweet.
Although I will say I laughed out loud.
And slightly stalkery.
Yeah, I definitely had that thought. If this guy wasn't this handsome, this movie would have a lot different tone. Because
Wolf Girl, I tracked you down. Wolf Girl,
let me just say, me. If I'm in this part, everybody's like, get away from this guy.
Yeah. Exactly.
But he's oh god. All right, let's get into the movie itself, because we start with idyllic childhood memories of dancing in the snow until hunters are coming. Oh no, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is another for one thing, I don't know this movie, so I'm sitting there going, it's in the US. Yay. Yeah. No, it only opens in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado or whatever. And
I will say the entire movie shot in Bucharest, though, so this is still just Bucharest.
Right. So this happy little family in a wood cabin, they're tracked by some hunters who basically open up and kill off everybody.
Burn the house down. I mean, everything. They're shooting everybody. It's
Except
a massacre.
for the one little girl, Vivian. And she escapes. And then we go to present day Romania. We are in Bucharest, and she is full on.
I will say this: we've seen a lot of movies shot in Bucharest or whatever. At least this movie's set in Bucharest. Like, we've seen.
It is.
I've seen so many, especially over on the action shelf. I've seen so many Bucharest for Chicago.
Yeah, this is not trying to pass as anything other than Bucharest, which is refreshing.
That is refreshing. That is nice.
But also, you've got American blonde lady who. She's also not making any attempt to speak their language. No. They are speaking accented English to her.
I don't think anyone speaks Romanian in this movie at any point ever.
No, the signs, because again, they shot there. I'm like, oh, okay, that's all, there's Romanian and it's all there. But yeah, they're all like going, Vivian. And then, of course, her cousins are British.
They're British. The
head of the pack is Spanish.
I believe he's French or French-Spanish, but he's Olivier Martinez.
Oh, it's a good mix.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's he was of Spanish descent, raised in Paris.
And very handsome.
Oh, so hunky. I mean, this guy was the hunk of the day at this point. Of course, I do remember Unfaithful, and I do remember Richard Gere killing him with a snow globe. Spoilers. But that's what stands out to that movie. Yeah, it's 20 years. It's not a particularly great movie, but that is a great movie. Murder, no question about that. Sure. But I primarily, being the guy I am, know him as the main villain from the movie SWAT.
Yeah.
He offers $100 million to whoever gets me out of prison. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I know him from.
And then cue the theme song. It's one of the best.
That theme song is a banger. He was also married to Halle Berry for a while, which I think.
Whoa.
Yeah. Did
they have children? Because that child will have genetics to destroy us all.
I think they did, yeah. And also
that will be the most beautiful person ever.
Yes, they have one child. But
I
will say that's also probably why they divorced. That's too hot. That couple's
It's too hot.
Yeah.
They probably set the house on fire.
And he is doing his best, but really all he's asked to do in this movie is smolder and kind of like stalk around, right?
Yes, and I read some of the complaints that people had from the books about it's like all the characters are more rounded and complex.
They would have to be.
A young adult novel. They are more complex.
But they would have to because they're nothing in this. So,
but I will say, and they were like upset because they made what's his name, Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel. Yeah.
That they made him much more villainous. And actually, I will say this for Olivier Martinez. Yeah. He is actually, he weighs it. There is a thing where he's like, it's more of the heavy is the head that wears the crown thing, where he's like,
until the third act,
right? Until the third.
Yeah.
But he is like, guys, I gave us rules and you have to abide by them. And I'm looking out for you. And his own son, he's like going, dude, did you hunt outside the pack?
Yeah.
Did you?
I not having read the book, so I'm not surprised. I'm not really a target audience. But I could tell already.
Was it you, Fredo? Was it you?
That's what I'm saying. Is even still, I'm disappointed just that the character seems to completely shift into mustache twirling villain at the end.
Yes.
When he was complicated, and you get like, okay, yeah, there are like rules, and it's more about like it feels like it should be more about pushing back on the society as opposed to any individual. And I felt the same thing actually about Bobo Ben Foster, who ends up being like really evil.
Yeah, and he's just a dick in the beginning.
Yeah,
but also that's my main problem is that it does seem like right to this moment in time, they somehow have abode. I'm not sure what the past. Anyway, they did stick to the rules. There we go. But it seems like it all falls apart at this moment.
Yes.
I'm like, what kind of government do they have here?
Yeah.
Plus, we hunt in packs, and you're like going, does that mean you guys go hungry for big chunks of the year?
I had that thought because they made it, and also like the way we see the way they hunt, which is the very ritualistic like conflict. Well, we'll get to it. But I had the same. Well,
they actually turn it into vigilantism, which I kind of thought was. Oh, I liked that idea.
Once again, there's like a couple kernels of an interesting thing here, but of course, you and I are watching because we want to see like a take on werewolfery, and they're trying to make something that will make girls swoon.
Oh man, they should.
So it's
anyway. We'll go back to the beginning.
We know she's I'll use the phrase. We know she's a loop guru because. Ooh, this dog is scared of her when she's on the streets. Ooh,
the dog,
and then she looks at it
scared.
And it backs away. Oh, I know how this is.
And it's and all she has to do is flash it a look of her eye. Then she puts her hoodie up and does some fucking parkour, man.
Oh, our opening title sequence is parkour, baby.
It's so parkour.
It's so parkour.
And it's so obvious that this is the way they're going to distinguish werewolves from humans. They look like us, but they can't stop leaping off of things. All she's doing is going down the street. She's not running from anybody. She's not.
No, and I love every scene where this happens so many times in the movie, especially like once Hugh Dancy comes into it. Anytime they're on like a date, and then the camera just pans up to the lip guru scampering across the rooftops. There's always like at least a couple guys who are just moving about the rooftops of Bucharest.
Yep.
And you're like,
yep.
Okay, I'm not going to say werewolf, but I'd be like, why are there always guys on the roofs in this city? This is weird.
What I love is later in the movie when it's like she's decided she's going to eat that chocolate. And she's like going, they can find us anywhere. They might be watching us now. And the camera just goes, whip! It just whip up to the top of the roof, and there are a couple of guys. There's always a couple of lost boys.
Yeah,
very just like kind of going like, no, we're on you. Yeah, we know where you are. Whoop.
I have a feeling we're gonna see a lot of Lost Boys energy, because that to me is the young adult vampire monster movie done right.
Of course,
but we're not gonna see
even though it's very dated because it's the 80s, but at the same time it's done right.
It's more fun than any that's sort of what these are to me, like this, and once again we'll get to the Twilight movies, but like it's like, yeah, let's take the fun out of Lost Boys.
Yep.
If you just treat this movie's so serious. That's the other thing about it, is it's like this movie refuses you to let you have fun, even though it's a werewolf movie. Anyway, she comes home. She lives with Gabriel and his wife Astrid.
Yeah, or at least his wife of the moment.
Well, because immediately, like this movie, because it is as boring as it is only 98 minutes long. So they are like, she's. Oh,
don't worry, I was completely bored, even in 98 minutes.
Well, it does. I always go back to the Roger Ebert quote of no good movie is too long and no bad movie is short enough.
Yeah.
It's dead on, man. Dead on. And that's it exactly. You can be 98 minutes and this can be intolerable. And then I've seen 3+ hour movies that whip by, So yeah, it really is. It doesn't matter. So yeah, she comes home and she's like, you should listen to Gabriel. And she's talking about like Gabriel's a great man to love. It's like, right until he leaves you.
Yeah,
the dialogue in this is atrocious.
Oh, it's atrocious.
It's really bad.
It sounds like romance novel nonsense. But yes, her arc is that she, the aunt, she is Vivian's aunt,
right?
Who has looked after her since the tragedy back in the States.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that she came back to Bucharest probably when she's like 8 years old.
Yeah.
And she still sounds completely American. She didn't pick up any accent.
No.
But her aunt's basically Gabriel's wife for now, but apparently the alpha,
by the way,
in the pack.
Yeah.
What's up?
This actress is German. I'm just talking about how weird everyone's nationalities in this movie are.
Sure.
Yeah.
But apparently every 7 years Gabriel gets a new wife. And so basically they're like going, the big, you're of age now, and he's going to be picking a new wife. Everyone thinks it's going to be you. And she's like, well,
it's the hot one.
That's great. I don't really want to. Yeah. And by the way, I have no emotional range.
Oh, because that's, oh God. I mean, Jesus. It makes sense to me that like she does. I mean, that Anna Nicole Smith movie even was on Lifetime. They don't give her another movie. You shouldn't get another movie after this. This was her shot, and she.
But I don't understand if you. Well, okay, yes, it's only 15 million, but if you've got a Hugh Dancy up on the rise, and
there had to be somebody.
Pick someone that can meet him somewhere.
There had to be somebody else out there.
There has to have been somebody else, because this woman is the center of the movie.
Yeah. I also will say this was directed by Katja von Garnier.
Sure.
Also German.
Possibly one of the, I don't know enough. I was about to say possibly one of the first female directors we've done on the show.
No, certainly one of very few, right?
Yeah.
But I'll just say, like, her career is kind of all over the place, and this definitely she doesn't direct anything again for 6 years after this. She gets in movie jail for a little bit. The movie she did before this, I vaguely remember the movie Iron Jawed Angels about the women's suffrage movement.
Well, okay.
With Hilary Swank. That was kind of I think that got her some, because that was like kind of prestige awards baity sort of thing.
Well, I wouldn't have said to her, hey, next up, how about a werewolf movie? And you know what is really cool? Not only slow motion, but like slow motion that is chopped.
Yeah.
Like the chopped frame slow motion.
Oh God,
she does that
so
80
bad.
million times.
And that's the thing is, like, it's not even, I mean, this movie's not well directed, but also it's not well directed in the way that a lot of stuff was at this time. Like, it really, in a weird way, this feels more dated than Lost Boys, because Lost Boys at least feels like it captured a period. It had a style. This is just like another one of these movies when movies look like this.
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to see, there's nothing about, like, anyone else considered for this, so I have no idea why they ended up with Agnes Bruckner in this thing. But
who knows? Was she a flavor of the month, perhaps?
Like I said, I remember her name, and I remember that she was around and did some stuff, mostly on TV. And I can't. Some of these movies sound vaguely familiar. The next movie she does after this is Vacancy 2, which is a straight-to-video sequel to that Luke Wilson, Kate Beckinsale thriller about the evil motel. You remember that?
Jesus.
So, I mean, her career hits the skids instantly, and this is Hollywood.
Is she okay?
Yeah.
Is she all right?
I think she might be all right, but it's definitely like straight to video. She's in she played Kris Jenner in the Lifetime movie about the murder.
I saw that too.
Yeah, Nicole Brown Simpson.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and you're just like, yeah.
Oh,
I think
Agnes.
but actually that's kind of where she belongs, right? I mean, like, if she's getting gigs on Lifetime doing made for cable movies, that's about where her talents lie. That's fine. Yeah, go do that. And that's good for her,
Yeah, she's the less talented Nikki Acox. That's right. I'm throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Who actually I did like a lot as the kid sister on Ed.
Yeah. Ed had a good cast.
Ed was
a lot of great talent in that.
I'm sad that I can't find that anywhere.
It doesn't stream anywhere.
I do an Ed rewatch.
That show was very delightful, and I think honestly kind of ahead of its time. It almost feels more like tonally like something to be on streaming now. Kind of
it's
a
very true.
Comedy drama blend, just very charming.
Yeah. And they would have done well without network censors because you can always feel them pushing against.
Yeah.
It
wanted to be better. So anyway, yes. They're talking about this, but anyway, it's time to go out to the cool club because they're young werewolves on the prowl.
Yeah, this movie isn't. I guess I respect the fact that they're pretty right up front. This didn't do anything about I'm hiding from you, the audience. No, we know that Vivian is part of a werewolf clan pack right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yes, she goes to the club. And she meets her obnoxious British cousin.
Oh God!
And his group, who are part of the same
pack
clan.
Within the pack. That is
his pack.
You're talking about Rafe. Played by
Rafe.
Brian Dick. Unfortunate name on that. We'll just move on.
I thought he was pretty good. I mean, again,
yes, he is very good in a horribly written part.
Yeah, playing a someone that would be called Brian.
And this guy he plays the dick in the. This guy, but I think that one of the reasons he's good is this guy is like long-standing BBC to this day still, like just solid British actor,
Right,
works all the time.
And here he's got floofy hair. You can
he's got the shoulder length, locks, luxurious locks.
He looks like he could be a Malfoy.
100% he's in that vein. But just face-wise, every time I saw him, I'm like, Bobo Ben Foster. He really has that look.
He looks very similar.
Very similar to Ben Foster.
And I wonder if
charismatic,
this is like but you know that he's he's trouble.
I love his backup guys are Ulf and Gregor.
Of course.
Who,
of course,
might as well have not have names because they're just the guys who stand next to him.
They're the guys who stand next to him and sort of rib him on. It's sort of like, oh, she totally dissed you. Aren't you going to track her down later and eat her? That kind of thing. Because he gets seduced by this sexy dancing lady who is a human.
Yeah.
And she disses him basically, and he's like going, oh, his ego's hurt, so he's going to go after her.
She dances up all sexy to him and then is like, as if, basically.
As if.
Yeah.
And he's like, baby, you don't even know I am a werewolf and I will find you and eat your flesh.
By doing that, that's against the rules. You don't do that.
Because apparently you don't hunt outside the pack.
Yeah.
But again, that brings up the question. Bucharest would just be an empty city if they all, as a pack, just go out all the time to eat together.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions about how they're eating and what they need to eat. And
yes,
I have a lot of questions.
I assume they eat human food too, because Vivian does put away some chocolate, and that's her job, is working at a chocolatier.
She's a chocolatier.
She also does chocolatier delivery. I thought that was just adorable. Here are your little chocolates that you ordered. By the way, I'm a werewolf lady.
I know. I expected. Oh shit! Who was the
her to be more subtle?
I was gonna say. I'm picturing like the actress from Amelie. Why am I playing Audrey Tautou or whatever?
Audrey Tautou.
Yeah. Just like everything.
I miss her. Amelie is one of those things where it makes everyone fall in love with you, and then if you disappear, I want more Amelie.
The only big thing she ever did after that was Da Vinci Code.
Well, she also did The Very Long Engagement, which was by
that's right.
Genet.
Yeah, that one's not fun though.
it's not as delightful. Of course.
I mean, it's well made, but that one was like, eesh.
Yeah, she didn't really hit over here. She has been working nonstop over in France.
Oh yeah, but the only big thing big Hollywood swing she did was Da Vinci Code, was what I remember. A movie I also found incredibly boring.
I'd rather read the book, which I did, and you can read that thing in like 2 sittings because it's basically nothing.
I read both that and Angels and Demons, and that was it for me.
Yep.
And the Dan Browns.
There you go. You didn't stick with it, huh?
No, I never read Lost Symbol or Inferno or...
No, I didn't either. I read those 2.
Yeah, I have no idea how many there. Yeah, I read the 2 like you. I read the 2 everyone did.
Yep.
Anyway, you're talking about Maria Dinluscu.
Sure.
But anyway, the unforgettable character of sexy brunette in red dress.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, so he
goes back to her house.
Yeah.
And then,
he rips her apart, and then he's in the house.
That's the first time we see a transformation.
When he was just like, you should. I mean, the shittiest toxic masculinity of like, you shouldn't have toyed with me, baby.
Yeah. Guess what? Werewolf. And then he's an actual wolf, and he's chewing on her.
He's an actual wolf, and he's chewing on her. But
here's where the discrepancy, because the first times in this movie, it'll also happen when we see the pack do their hunt.
Yeah.
When people turn into werewolves at the first half of this movie, it's full magic, as in their clothes disappear. I mean, they become a wolf, and they're no clothes anymore.
Right.
When they come back from being a werewolf, their clothes are back.
Yeah.
So it's true magic. It's not them having to undress.
Right.
Later in the movie.
Yes. Yep.
That's not the case.
They make a big point because they got to get sexy and strip off their jackets and stuff. PG-13 sexy.
And yeah, it's PG-13 this movie. And even her,
because that's the target. It's so clearly the target audience, right?
She changes back from a werewolf, and she's totally naked, but she's all curled up, so we can't see anything vital.
Right. Because once again, it is so. The level of dialogue you're talking about, everything about this movie is aimed at the middle school set. It really does have that vibe to it. Because while he's ripping that woman apart, she has gone to hang out in an abandoned church, which apparently she does on the reg. It seems like.
Apparently it was someplace that her mother had introduced her to when she was very young, because she did originally live in Bucharest. Then they went to America.
Right.
Then they got killed, and she came back to Bucharest. So we find that out during some interminable let's get to know each other dialogue.
Yeah, because
montage sequence.
She's in there. She's in there, and also in there is a hunky graphic novelist who's doing some sketches. And oh boy, they're talking about werewolves.
She's like, it's illegal to break into a church, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, but hey, you broke in too. And then she's headed out. No, he's like, I'll leave, and his sketches go flying.
Oh yeah,
and she sees them, and it's like, wow, he's good. And she sees sketches of wolves.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Do you like
And he's
wolves?
like,
Well, they're not wolves. They're loop guru, man.
He goes, actually, those are supposed to be loop gurus because I'm perhaps doing a graphic novel about
I love
the origin of loop gurus.
Once again, also being a fan of comics does not help in this movie because I'm like, I don't understand anything about the way this guy is getting published, and because later we'll discover he's a fugitive.
Man, when they insert that and talk about Hugh Dancy being amazing to somehow sell a big chunk of exposition dialogue where he's like going, my dad was a piece of shit. He always beat me up. Then one day I stood up for myself and beat him up so severely that there is a warrant out for my arrest in the States.
What I love
I do is I travel the world and I send my comics pages back to my publisher, and my comics are published under my initials, so that my dad can't find out that it's me.
Because you know because my dad is such a voracious reader of comic books, he would obviously have discovered. Yeah. Also, how did he? But then as you and I, who have experienced skirting the industry, and it's like, well, how do you get published? Just like, how did he get discovered if he's on the run and like? It's hard to get into comics. Like it's
hard to get into comics, and I guarantee you don't do it without at least one face-to-face meeting, possibly.
This guy's just so
even
fucking
if it's a Zoom
talented.
chat.
Yeah, he's just so talented, and
he's so talented.
I guess we really all we see is the cover of one of his comics and then some of his sketches.
Yeah, he did one called "The Lady of the Lake." That's something.
Yeah. Which
must have sold. Buckets.
Well, I love that she finds it on like a newsstand too. It's like a hardcover comic, and it's just sitting on a news. And she just happens.
Respectfully, John, it is a trade.
Oh, is it a trade? Okay.
Yeah,
it's a trade. But still, it's just like she just happens by it, and it's like,
Yeah, because he held some of his comics up. She clocked it, and then later on she sees one for sale. It's nice that he's got
on the street.
A following in Bucharest.
Yeah, he's big in Romania.
The newsstands.
He's big in Romania. Yeah.
So is my band. My band is huge.
They love you in Romania. That's
they
where
do.
Yeah. So yeah, but of course, he's like, well, we should go somewhere. She's like, no, and she won't give him her name, and she gets real cagey and then runs off.
Yeah. And now he's totally obsessed. He's going to just start hunting the city for Wolf Girl, as he calls it. And it's not because he knows she's a werewolf. It's because of their conversation about wolves.
Oh, because later when he calls her Wolf Girl again, she's like, don't you ever call me that.
She's like, don't call me that.
We're not wolves, we're loop guru. Come on, man, you should know that.
And somehow that's a French term that us Romanian werewolves.
Yeah, because there's
centuries ago.
Yeah, right. Is the myth that they started here, or have they just ended up here?
No,
this
here. This was the home of them. So the loop guru thing really doesn't make any sense.
Nonsense.
And the idea is that they've obviously humankind. I like that Rafe keeps calling them meat. He's like, they're just meat.
Yeah. Well,
basically, humankind have hunted them down. There's a very small number of loop guru left in the world.
He is the Deacon Frost of this movie, right? And that's
He is totally the Deacon Frost. I'm going to drag my people into the... We don't need your old man's rules.
Yeah, I wish they had actually gone harder at him wanting the throne. Actually.
Sure.
That would have
willing to take down his own dad for it.
I think that would have been something. That would have been a little bit more there. But instead, he's just sort of like aimlessly an asshole.
Some people have accused me of being aimlessly
an asshole.
I go, no, I have an aim.
You said you looked up the books. Where do the books take place? Because there's no way. This screams of like it must be Paris, and they settled on Bucharest for cost. Right?
Actually, I think it's set in Bucharest, but
I'm looking at it now, but I don't know. But I'm just saying. Like,
also, one of the things is I did see that those books are some of the most complained about in school libraries because they are, even more than Twilight, very sexualized for young adults.
Wasn't Twilight
and the
not
characters
sexualized because they're like weirdly Christian? We'll get to that when we get to it. But I think
there's a lot of like, we can't actually be together, but we constantly think about sex with each other thing. But also
okay.
they did a thing where what is it? Oh, also the characters have been aged up.
I was just about to say that. I see that here as I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like teenagers and then here they're like pushing 30.
Yeah, and I think Gabriel's supposed to be like 19 or 20. And they're supposed to be like 14 or 15.
Oh no, it says the film adaptation suggests Vivian and yes, they're scaled
they're
up.
Scaled up to be 19.
Yes, gotcha.
Here.
Yeah. So well, that also makes more sense because one of the reasons young adult fiction isn't just but they're about young adults.
Yeah,
I mean that makes sense. So this sounds like this is insane.
It's actually not in the.
I know. I can't. I can't
see them mention what the location
but
is.
It just feels like a very movie thing to be like, oh, it's supposed to be Paris, but now it's Bucharest. Because I'm just trying to think. There must be some. I would hope. I'm giving credit to the novelist without that she would at least know there must be some French connection. Not
holy
with Gene
shit!
Hackman.
Did you read the description of how werewolves began?
No.
In Klaus's novel, the Loup-garou are a separate species from humans and wolves, but with elements of both in behavior and anatomy. There are two differing accounts of their origin alluded to in the book. Some believe they are descended from a prehistoric breed of canine, which absorbed protein matter from a meteorite, which enabled them to shapeshift into humans.
God, that's so comic booky.
Others that they were a tribe of ancient human hunters blessed by the moon goddess Selene. So basically in the novel, I assume that even the werewolves themselves are not entirely sure. It's like their own folklore. They don't even know where they come from.
Yeah. Okay, based on just, once again, very cursory glance of this plot description, I think the books are set in America.
Damn.
Because they talk about her, I mean, I don't know, but they're talking, I think these are American characters, and they talk about because she's a teenager in the books, she's going town to town and is in high school. So I think it sounds American in its description.
Okay.
But I think it's supposed to be like small town America. So this movie has nothing to do with these books almost beyond the very
I feel bad
base
for
level.
Fans of the books who went to this going, yay, they adapted my favorite book.
What I'm saying, what's weird is like the aging up of the characters is like, okay, so that's going to alienate the audience that you're chasing. It's very weird. All right. Anyway, we'll get back to this. Let's back to this movie version.
Can I take a werewolf break?
You can take a Loup-garou break, but...
I'm going to take a Loup-garou break and shall return. These Loup-garous.
These are Loup-garous, yes. Now, what people didn't see is when you did dive off camera and turn into a CGI effect.
I did. I full on did a ballet leap and turned into a wolf.
This does turn into a Cirque du Soleil performance in a couple spots. But so let's talk about the introduction of Gabriel, Olivier Martinez, who I did have to look because I'm like, didn't I see him in something recently? He's on that Maya Rudolph show, Loot, on Apple.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's very good. He's very charming on there as a charming billionaire who's trying to woo Maya Rudolph.
Very nice.
I highly recommend that show. It's very, very good. A lot of the people who did Parks and Rec work on that.
Oh, great.
Very
funny. I love Maya Rudolph. I just never watched.
It's delightful. It's coming back for a second season, which is, I'm sure it's like in season 3 by the time this is actually being listened to. But it's really good. Very funny show. Anyway, so she goes through, and then here's like, there's a lot of mythos in this movie. There's a lot of mythology shit within the world of it. And so, like, because I'm just looking at my notes and I'm like, oh, right, this line I forgot about, where he goes, the women of your family have always been leaders. I was like, okay. And then he goes, but your stupid father, I said not to go to America, and look what happened.
Yeah.
Jace. He is more French, but he's coming out Banderas in my impression of him.
The human hunters. Well, they killed your parents.
I do think he kind of, for a little while there, was like, ooh, could he be the next sort of like Banderas-y guy as Banderas ages up? No, he never quite got to that, but he's definitely a consistent working actor. And like a lot of people were saying in this, he does what he can with this very shitty material. He's a captivating screen presence at the very least.
Sure.
But
that's what I'm saying, is that everyone around the lead is at least interesting, and you at least have a couple of decent actors.
And thank God, because this is already pretty unwatchable. It would be wholly unwatchable without him or Dancy or the cousin or the aunt. I mean, because Jesus Christ, they at least are like putting some thought to these lines.
Some.
And so then he goes, and then it's like, okay, now transitioning out of shit talking your father and blaming him for the death of himself and your mother. Do you want to get married by any chance?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, no. I love this where it's like, hey, do you want to get married? And she says no, and he's just like, too bad, because you kind of have to, though. Like,
here's the thing. I get to pick. I'm sorry. I didn't tell you?
She turns him down, but then later they're all talking about, like, hey, she belongs to somebody, man. We'll get to that whole scene in the church.
Yeah, she's meant for Gabriel, man.
She's meant for my dad. Weird. So weird. Yeah.
My cousin's going to marry
Meanwhile, though, he's dealing with some business because we don't quite know what this is. But some of his werewolf goons, or I'm sorry, Loop Garoons, Loop Garoons.
Loop Garoons.
His Loop Garoons come in, and they're bringing the most drug dealer looking drug dealer you've ever seen on screen.
He turns out to be kind of a drug dealer.
This total scuzzbag who they
and
got out
basically
of prison.
Gabriel is the thing is that he is the leader of the pack.
Yeah.
But he's also
that song was about Gabriel, actually.
It was indeed. But also he seems to be some sort of like just in general community leader too. So he's basically saying
a kernel of a good idea in this movie.
Yeah, he's like, look, man, you are a human piece of shit, but you're even more of a piece of shit because you sell drugs, and I ain't about that.
Spreading your poison.
Yes, spreading your poison. So turns out he's gonna be hunted.
Yeah, because we see this. Oh, well, that doesn't happen yet, actually. But we'll get to. Because here I'm just like, what is this? What does anything in this have? Because this guy's like, I don't know you all, but this guy's suddenly in a Guy Ritchie movie. I mean, basically, he goes, I know you all, but thanks for getting me out of prison. And it is basically just like, don't thank me yet. But it's the next morning. Vivian, of course, sees the newspaper about the murdered girl from the nightclub before. And it's just like, oh, I know who did that.
Oh, shit. Hunting outside the pack.
Oh, okay. So not only does she find Hugh Dancy's comic on the street, but I think it is the same scene where she buys it. Right when she buys it, he sees her from across the street at a cafe. I think it's literally the same scene. That's the level of writing we're dealing with here. And he's like, hey! He yells across an entire street.
Hey!
Wolf girl! Which, regardless of if you've met somebody, is so fucking weird to say. Hey, wolf girl!
And then, literally, he just hunts her down. He just keeps stalking her.
He tries to hunt her down because here he chases... By the way, fellas... Don't ever give chase. That's not.
Don't give chase.
There's no way that ends.
That's a bad vibe.
Yeah,
that's a bad message.
If she takes off running,
that's a good sign to leave her alone.
Yeah, that's.
But he doesn't stop.
No mixed signal there. But he turns a corner and she's gone because of
she
her
has
parkour.
done parkour up fire escapes or whatever.
Yeah.
But he does catch a falling red ribbon.
A clue.
And somehow,
why it's a clue.
It's a clue because guess what? The chocolates get wrapped up in where she works.
This is how they knew he'd be so good on Law and Order. Look, he's finding clues in this movie.
He's finding clues, and that's how he's able to track her down.
Yeah.
Oh well, it takes a while because
first now we got to get to the gathering of the werewolves.
Yeah, we got to get to the gathering of the werewolves, the Loop Gurus.
Yeah. The Loop Gurus have gathered out there,
and they are Loop Garoovy.
Oh, they are. So... I hope you folks tuned in for Loop Guru puns because this show is nothing but them now.
Apparently so.
Yeah, so they're all out there. It's the big meeting of the werewolves, everybody. And apparently there's some dialogue in here about this is basically all the Loop Gurus that exist, right? They pretty much everybody has come here because they've been hunted out of everywhere but their homeland.
Yes.
So they've all gathered here under Gabriel. This is where I did laugh out loud a couple times this movie. And one of them is where her aunt literally turns to her and goes, I have the taste of blood and chocolate on my mouth. And it's just like,
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, God. And, of course, I also thought Ron Howard going, hey, that's the name of the show.
And then there's some kind of nonsense about something like they're both salty and you got to learn to, I don't know. She continues.
Yeah.
And we all just sit there going, this is belabored.
Yeah.
And then
you guys are working really hard. And then Gabriel comes out and they all do this move where they like brush their hand past their neck in like a bowing kind of.
They have this ceremonial thing. Like when the pack leader shows up, they all bow and they sweep their hair over to one side.
Yeah.
And I think that's supposed to be like, I guess in dog packs, they'll do the I dropped on the ground and show my belly as like you're the leader, I'm the beta.
So dumb to watch people
It's so dumb to watch people do it.
And they'll do it again.
Actually, I wish they rolled over and showed their bellies.
That would have
been hilarious.
That would have been something. Yeah, let's go all the way and make this thing.
Let's go all the way into Goofy Town.
Once again, this movie's so serious. It really is.
It's very serious, John.
It's so tough, man, to take this because it's also goofy. So yeah, they all bow. Oh, I'm sorry. Everyone does that except Vivian, who basically has to be told to do it. She's so it's one of those things. Once again, she's just so openly like, "Fuck you, man.
I'm not gonna marry you. I'm not." And we find out later she has never killed.
No.
So anytime they get together, she's like, I like the running, but I don't want to hunt.
Look,
like,
I really got into werewolfery for the parkour, man. That's really what I'm about.
It's what she's in there for. She's when I found out I was a werewolf, I was like, oh, does that mean I can do parkour?
That's what
I didn't care about tearing into flesh.
That's what I signed up for. The murder, and that's not my thing.
Not so much.
Yeah, that's really not my thing.
Holy crap. So anyway, he brings out the drug dealer.
Yeah,
and he goes, this is the first hunt we see. So this is where he gives the rules. And the rules are, if you make it across the river, we'll let you go.
Yeah.
And he goes, however, in centuries, no one's made it across the river.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually
until one guy with a butter knife.
Once again, oh man,
there will be one guy with a butter knife.
Oh, that scene.
A thin, delicate featured Brit.
Yeah,
with a butter knife, he'll make it across.
Yeah, but he's going, because he's using his criminal profiling skills.
That's it. He got inside the mind of a loop.
That's what happened. Yeah, that's the.
Fuck.
It's so dumb. But the only I am going, these are the same rules from the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie Hard Target. But they are.
There you go.
If you get to the river, then Lance Henriksen won't kill you.
But it turns out this drug dealer, he's not. He's
not
a Dancy.
He's no Dancy, that's for sure. And of course I am going. I'm going like, obviously Hugh Dancy will have to do this at the end of the here's your climax.
You're sitting there going like, thanks for the telegraph.
Yeah, because you're going like, they're obviously sons. So anyway, this is where everyone they let the guy, they give the guy a little head start, and then everyone strips down.
Ish.
Yeah, they basically all take off their coats.
Way.
They all take off their coats. It's a lot of shedding of coats with no shirt on under the coats.
Right. And then they run they parkour all through the forest.
Yeah.
And they only change after doing a leap. And it is like a golden light thing.
Perfectly formed. It's like an Olympic dive almost.
Yes. And they transform in midair and come down as wolves. And that could be okay if they don't linger on it too much. And also, at least here we see people in pants and tops turning into wolves without clothes disappearing.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
Real wolves, which I do think is... I did go like, all right, movie, good on you. You got the real wolves, which at the very least puts any stop to us making fun of your makeup.
Right, exactly. That was the choice here.
All right.
And then you're asking yourself, can they make real wolves seem, threatening? And they do a decent job.
I would, yes. In some scenes more than others is exactly right.
Yes.
Sometimes, though, it is just like, well, that's just a dog. Like that's just a wolf acting like a dog.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah, there's a little bit of like, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
There's a couple who's a good boys in here, no question. Yeah, so they all leap around. It's all very dumb, and they end up devouring the guy.
Yep.
Good, but that's we're fine with that because he's a drug dealing piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm all happy.
I mean, we're taking Olivier Martinez's word
dinner.
for that. Yeah,
dinner is served, Luke Cruz. Enjoy.
So then we cut to Hugh Dancy. He's sitting there sketching his comic, and then he just looks up at the drawing he's done of Agnes Bruckner from the one time he saw her, and he's just like, oh yeah, jeez. And then he this is how bad the script is. He's thinking about her, and he goes, I better go downstairs to check for my mail. Well, there's no mail, but what's this? There's a box of chocolate that the guy at the front desk is eating. And where did you get this ribbon?
It has a ribbon around it. He goes, where'd this come from? He goes, oh, it's from that place that has the chocolate.
Yeah, cool it, man.
And he goes, the place that has the blood and chocolate? He goes, no, just chocolate. And he goes, well, I'll check anyway.
And I think even this guy's not romantic. Like, even the guy working the front desk is still like, hey, what's up, mate?
It's kind of like, you have no letters. There's no letters
it's just
for
a
you.
very vague sort of Eastern European.
No letters for anybody today.
The chocolate, but cool it, man. It's just some chocolate, Jesus.
Just some chocolate. Get off my
good Lord.
dick.
Good Lord.
So he goes to the chocolatiers and he finds Wolf Lady.
Yeah,
Wolf
and she's like, you can't be here. You got to get out of here, man. Which, once again, take a fucking hint, Dancy.
Yep.
No
Something
way.
I've been saying to him for a long time.
Take a hint, Dancy. Back off.
Take a hint, Dancy. No one wants your perfectness.
No. This guy's just too handsome. I'm sorry.
Your great-grandfather was a murderer.
Maybe. Could be. Maybe. I don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah, there's some evidence of something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And, of course, she makes some reference, though, where it's like, why don't you go back to drawing your Lady of the Lake? Or it's like, hey, you read my comic.
Oh, my God. I knew we were meant to be together. Yeah. You read my comic.
Oh, that's love. It kind of is, actually. If you're reading somebody's random comic book, maybe.
It's true.
Yeah. Anyway, well, because, she doth protest too much.
I married the first person who said they'd read Breakfast of the Gods, and he's a very nice gentleman. And he's been a good wife.
You and Lance are very happy.
Yeah. Yes, we
are. And, of course, this is when, he basically is like, yeah, I'll leave when you agree to go out with me. Not a good, don't do that. That's awful.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's just, once again, if you aren't this handsome, apparently, if you are this handsome, you can just do whatever the hell you want, is what this movie has taught me.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And so she's like, fine, because the cousins are entering. He's entering with his pack. And she's like, okay, fine, meet me at this place. You just got to get out of here. He doesn't, but the cousin almost might as well say, what's all this then?
It is kind of like, I smell him all over you.
What's this? Oh, because he also gives her a drawing that she tries to hide. She goes, it's nothing.
She's like, oh, this is just garbage. I'm taking it out. Yeah. And the cousin's like, oh, what's this? And then looks at it. Oh, it's a drawing of you. You're in love with a human.
Well, it's a drawing of her surrounded by wolves. So he's got to be like, what did you tell him?
Oh, right. You giving away our secrets.
Yeah. He's meat.
He's meat.
Once again, he's not quite as pronounced of a Guy Ritchie character, but
he's really not that. In fact, he's much more he's kind of upper crusty than that.
He's very sort of proper and British. And what is this?
Yeah, but it's just sort of like he's just
more fun
to
imagine as Jason Statham, though.
I know.
So yeah, he gets all upset about that. And then so he warns, and then Gabriel brings him in, and it's like, hey, did you tear up a lady the other night? And he's like, maybe.
Yeah, could be. It's like, that's gonna be bad. So basically, at this point, they're blackmailing each other.
Yeah,
it's like the cousin's going, I will tell Gabriel that you have a crush on a human, and you may have told him our secrets. And she's like, well, I might tell Gabriel that you went hunting outside the pack.
And he's like, respect, game recognized game.
Yeah, it is game recognizing game.
But yeah, it's so dumb. And so yeah, they're just like, yeah, I guess we're at a standstill. And then,
by the way, we've done a disservice to our audience because we're now about an hour into this thing,
something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And we're giving them the idea there's a plot in this movie that things happen.
Here's the thing: all of this feels like because I think this is where the movie turns. This at least feels like the seeding of a plot. Sure. Now, once we get into the romance, because it hard cuts to the most rom-com thing of her going, "Oh, what outfit am I going to wear on this date?"
Holy crap. Yeah, she agreed to the one date.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's the turning point in this movie where all of a sudden anything they've set up just doesn't even matter anymore. Like, it's just like, now it's all about, I gotta meet a cute guy. Oh. Yeah. And she's holding up to, no. What am I gonna do? Anyway, and then of course they're walking along, and he's mansplaining loop gurus to her.
Yep.
Which is funny.
And she's like, "Oh, it's so cute that you think you know about them."
Because and then she tells her backstory very vague about like, well, my parents were killed, so I had to move here, and
I'm originally from here. I moved to the States, then they got killed. And
then I wrote down their werewolf mythology because we have literally, even in a fucking stupid YA romance, we still have to have a scene where he goes, "All right, here's what you need to know about werewolves." Okay.
Yep. It's like, turns out, and this is what, if you really dig into loop gurus, you find out they have like silver will fuck them up, but it doesn't have to be a bullet. Just any kind of silver will
kill them. Fire will kill them.
Fire will mess them up pretty bad.
The big thing that's every one of these movies has to do, where it's just like, that shit you've heard about full moons, that's bullshit, man.
Yeah,
that is bullshit.
A true loop guru can turn anytime he wants.
Yeah, man, that's the real deal. That's another thing I want to put a ban on. You can change the mythology of these things, but don't do that stuff, that's horse shit. Stop. That's not cool dialogue. It always makes me roll my eyes. I don't like it. Forget everything you think you know about vampires.
And also, this next bit here, I would almost accuse this author of having copied Twilight, but actually the timing doesn't work.
No.
These books came out before Twilight.
97, the first book came out. I was shocked it was that early.
Because the bit about, and here's the deal, if you cut a loop guru and like expose their blood, you see their true nature in their eyes. That is like made up romantic nonsense along the lines of vampires sparkle in the sunlight. So, and this is only because later in the movie she gets hurt and she's trying to hide her face from him because her eyes, when she gets hurt, go all loop guru-y. They go so loop guru-y, it's crazy.
And she goes, and they get this thing where it's like, he goes, "I'm going to take you to the best view in the city." Oh wait, this place is closed. And she's like, "I know an even better place that has a better view." And then, that's so cute, because they sneak into this old estate that, of course, there's like wolf statues everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
she goes, "Since you're so interested in the loop guru, I think thought you'd like to come here. These statues, supposedly, I don't know if I believe it or not, they have something to do with loop guru, whatever.
They have some more bullshit that you're gonna have to talk
here's
about.
Some more bullshit."
That's kind of what I felt watching.
And it's bullshit I'll only share with you.
Yeah, whatever. And she talks about like, "Look, I just got a lot of family problems because they're pressuring me to be with a guy I don't want to be with." He goes, "I have family problems too. My dad's hunting me internationally."
Oh my god! Even that gets revealed.
I mean, I wish he had said. He goes, "My dad put out an Interpol red notice on me." Like, it's just
That's kind of what it is. The indication that after, I mean,
by the way, that's
murdered his
sequel.
father.
That's what I thought, because he said, like, I said I was leaving. He said he would kill me. He came after me. Apparently, I get defense. Oh, he killed his dad. But then he goes, no, it's my dad. Like, it's like he just like beat him up. I'm not sure.
He beat him up, and the dad puts out like a arrest notice on the guy.
I'm not sure that a minor assault charge leads to international pursuit.
Apparently, it does.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, total sequel setup, right? Like sequel would be his dad's a vampire, right? Like, come on.
Or his dad is like, you didn't tell me you was dating a loop guru.
Oh, wait.
And he's like a long-standing loop guru hunter.
He killed the parents, right?
Oh,
it's gotta
he was
be
one of the ones that took
gotta be. He's one of the hunters at the beginning. Gotta be.
Hey, those of you out there who've actually read these dumb books, will you let us know if we're onto something? Because I'm not going to read the dumb books.
Yeah.
Maybe I've insulted you by saying dumb books.
Yeah.
Hey, you read them when you were in 7th grade.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Was it a series or was it just one book?
I think it was a series. Maybe not a long series, but I think there was more than one.
I think it's just one book. I'm looking at the...
What?
I think it's just a single book. And I actually, now that I very, very dumb. I was going right to the plot description. Literally in the very beginning thing, it says it is set in the contemporary United States.
Oh.
So there's our answer.
There you go.
It's just the one book.
Okay.
Interesting.
Wow, she resisted the urge to write a sequel to a best-selling young adult novel.
Yeah, I mean, 97.
Good on you.
97. That wasn't quite the guarantee that it became. I mean, there were series, but now it's you just have to.
Yeah, if it sells really well, you have to.
It's just the nature of it. I mean, things are planned now. It almost feels like when one comes out, they're like, "Oh, this is part of a trilogy, obviously." And
exactly.
And, all right, so anyway, he's then we get because we have to a falling in love montage, but that's where every time they're doing anything cute, we have to pan up to the loop crew scampering across the rooftops, going "Ooh, what's she doing?"
It's literally we're playing in a fountain. Oh, we got delightfully wet, and then they cut to a couple people popping out from a tree, going, "Oh yeah, we got you."
Yeah.
Now we're sharing cake. It's delightful.
Yeah.
Oh, we're watching you share that cake.
Ooh, she shouldn't be doing it. But we can't look away.
That's a human. Oh. She's sharing cake with a human.
She's sharing cake with mate.
She's sharing cake with beef.
Yeah.
Garrett Graham from Phantom of the Paradise. I re-listened to that one because it just dropped. Or Phantom of the Paradise episode.
And like I said, shout out to the guy who wrote in and said that he bought the Blu-ray based on our, because that makes me very happy.
Here to help. We're
here to help. Very happy to know we're selling. I like to think that somewhere Brian De Palma got a check for 10 cents or whatever. It's really a Phantom of the Paradise sale. Interesting.
Oh, all right, I'll take it.
Yeah. So of course, after she gets back from one of her dates, we've got for fuck's sake. Oh no! Wait, no. He interrupts the date. The cousin Rafe shows up on one of their dates, and he's like, "What did she tell you? Did you know that she's responsible for the parents dying? That's right."
And also, is this the fight scene?
No, the fight scene.
That's later.
That's just between the two of them. They settle it because that the men have to fight.
And that was a change from the book because apparently he sees her as a loop guru before. So in the movie, that's during the fight with Rafe.
But this is also where he's like, "Get your hands off her. You know she belongs to somebody." I really wish he'd been like, "She belongs to my dad."
Yeah,
that would have been.
She's going to be my mom.
Yeah, that's
weird.
Right. That's another thing too, where it's like, I don't know about the books, but just in general, from a storytelling standpoint, if he wanted the throne and also he was into her, Rafe, wouldn't that be better?
That would be a plot.
I'm just trying to get any tension in this thing at all.
Well, the tension is everyone but the clueless human.
Oh yeah,
are all aiming at this poor guy.
He spends the whole movie talking about Loop Guru, but it takes him forever to figure out he's actually in a werewolf story.
That's right. He's like, holy shit.
So she runs off, and then he's got to go. Rafe has got to go rat out her to Daddy. So he tells Gabriel about it. Yeah, she's dating a human.
And he's like, this is upsetting.
And he basically does like a just take care of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, just make him go away.
Oh, they also have a father-son conversation where he goes, okay, was it you that killed that human lady?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, no, it wasn't. And he goes, I'm not sure I believe it, but let me make it perfectly clear that can't happen ever again.
It's a real, if I find out you did, like,
yeah, we're going to have another talk. It's like, I don't want to have to kill my own boy.
You're going to be so grounded, son. Oh, you
are going to be loop-grounded.
Loop-grounded, man. Man. You suck, Dad. So, yeah, Hugh Dancy gets a letter supposedly from Vivian. We all know it's not. And she's like, meet me at this abandoned church in the middle of nowhere. And he's like, that is so us. That is so us to have a date.
We do so many churches. That's got to be from her.
I know that's her. And I think it might have the ribbon on it to prove that it's her. I think it does. Because he's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And he shows up. And there's Rafe going, and Rafe didn't come there to kill him. He is going, no, you better get out of town, man. You gotta leave. And then when he doesn't, because Hugh Dancy kind of doesn't throw the first, but like gives him a shove. And then that's when it's just like, all right, now that you've started it, now I can kill you.
Now I can kill you. Look at my yellow eyes. And he's like, oh, shit. And then he turns into a wolf, starts attacking Hugh Dancy.
Yeah.
And Hugh Dancy isn't holding his own against this wolf. He's about to get torn up.
Well, because they break through parts of the church and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, this is where it really kicks in.
This is where the $15 million got spent. Edge. Yeah. This is where that money, really, you could see the money on the screen.
Oh, my God. It was right there on the screen. And then the wolf gets in like he's going to go for his throat.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Hugh Dancy has a silver crucifix on.
Yeah.
Which starts to sizzle, and the wolf backs off, and Hugh Dancy's like, it's silver. It does work.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And then they end up, like, careening off of, like, the upper level of the church. And Hugh Dancy is unconscious. And when he wakes up, his necklace is embedded in him. His
necklace, snapped off of him and is laying on Rafe's chest, and it has killed Rafe. Yeah, they do make it like you just get touched by silver as a werewolf.
Well, they talk about it later that it like poisons them, right? Because she has to go get the antidote to the antigen that will save her. I will say,
no wonder the Loop Guru died out, because just avoiding touching silver all the time in your life.
That's wild. Yeah, because that's like, we've never seen, these are the weakest werewolves we've ever seen by that argument.
Yeah, seriously.
Forget the bullets or knives or any shit like that. No, just touch them with it, man, and they're done.
It's funny that the only person who goes into a restaurant and asks if the silverware is actually made of silver is the human.
Yeah.
You would imagine any Loop Guru going anywhere would be like, ooh, those forks, are they actual silver?
Yeah, I can't.
And then the waiter's like, I don't know what it is about Bucharest, but I always have to answer that question.
Is this real silver?
So many people come in and ask if those are real silver.
I don't know. I just work here, man. I don't know.
I just work here. It's shiny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's shiny like silver. I guess it's silver adjacent.
Then can I get the chopsticks then?
And how much does that go? Does silver plated not count then? No, that's not enough. So it's got to be pure. So what are we talking about here?
Who knows? It's dumb.
It doesn't matter.
Nonsense.
He's dead. Oh no. And so then he runs to Vivian and he's just like, "Are you a werewolf? Are you a Loop Guru?" And she makes like a move to him and he steps away and she's like, they for 1 second have to, they're like, he's scared of me like I'm a monster.
Yeah. Oh, and he's bleeding.
Yeah.
And he's like, is this doing something for you? Do you actually like me, or do you just want to eat me?
Do I make you horny, baby?
He actually says, do I make you horny, baby? But he's doing it with his American accent, so it loses all the joke.
It's a really weird thing, because you're like, is it an Austin Powers reference? Little late for it. He's not doing the voice. I can't tell.
Do I make you horny?
Do I? Yeah, he does confirm it later when he asks if she wants to shag now or shag later, though.
Yeah.
That did confirm there's an Austin Powers thread in this.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, no.
And 07, that's late.
Penis pumps, they're not my bag, baby.
One of my favorite jokes in that movie. Penis pumps are my bag, baby, by Austin Powers.
Yeah. I know. I missed when he was funny.
God
anyway,
damn. I enjoy all of those, but particularly that first one is just
the first one's
pure
just
comic gold. There's diminishing returns, but they all have some solid.
They all have stuff in it.
They all have good stuff in there, yeah. But every time he's like, maybe another one. Like, no, that's not the answer. The answer is not to do a sad old Mike Myers plays Austin Powers.
No one wants that.
Yeah. Well, all right. Now I had a pit. Maybe you do a parody of the old man action genre though.
That would be great.
Lean into it being old man Austin Powers would be the way to do it.
Could do that.
That would be, if you were going, that'd be the way to do it. Mike Myers, you can have that. And I know because
he gave him some free gold.
He does listen to. He's a big fan of the show. He's actually the guy who bought the Phantom of the Paradise.
That was him.
It was Mike Myers.
He had never seen it.
He'd never seen it. Great. I was surprised too. So he wants answers, and then he's like, "Yeah, and also I fucking killed your cousin or whatever."
Yeah.
And then she's
like, good, he was a dick.
Yeah, she's like, don't worry about it. He's like, worried about it. The police will be. That's just gonna add to my rap, lady.
Don't you understand? I'm a fugitive.
I'm already a fugitive. Because later, when he's trying to escape town at the train station, he's not thinking about werewolves. He's worried the cops are after him. There's already a red notice on me.
The idea that fucking, Interpol is looking for this guy who beat on his dad.
He punched his dad, man. We got to stop him.
You don't get it. I punched him really hard.
I want the cut to the Tommy Lee Jones character going, we got to find this son of a bitch. He punched his father in the face.
He punched me first. I don't care.
I don't care. The Rock from Fast and the Furious is looking for this guy. You know? Oh, whatever you do, don't let him get near the silverware.
Don't underestimate that very delicate comic artist
who at 17 hit his father or whatever. This guy, man, there's no statute of limitations on father assault. Yeah, so this is
now maybe it makes more sense in the novel if it's all in America.
Oh, I don't think that's part of the novel, is it? That he's on the run?
Maybe.
Is it? It
would be a weird thing to just come up with on the fly.
I should have read more of I should have read the whole thing. Anyway, he does go in and, as we talked about, asked if the silverware is silver from the restaurant, but because he needs that because he's just going to get out of town. And of course
he takes a knife.
He takes literally, as we're talking about, a butter knife. It's the most standard table knife from a restaurant. It's not even like a sharp steak knife or something. Nope. It's just a standard butter knife, and he will kill multiple werewolves with it.
I kind of love how dumb it is because he holds it up. He goes, can I ask you a question? The waiter, and he's like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, is this real silver? He goes, yes. And he goes, thanks, and runs out with the knife. I'm like, wow, man, these TikTokers will do anything for likes because it's just sort of like this dumb prank. Haha, stole your knife. Stole a silver knife.
By the way, he's a poet in the novel. I mean, he's a teenager, Jesus. But he's writing poems about werewolves.
Oh, God. Yeah. Writing poems about werewolves. That tells me all I need to know about I will never read.
And apparently they talk about her attraction is because she's like, these are startlingly accurate.
Let's move on. We still have half the movie to go.
Because we got to have the Rafe's body is brought to Gabriel, who has to do the look how they massacred my boy scene.
Yes, exactly.
It's a given. And so then he goes and tells the Astrid is like, well, wait, so, okay. He's been married to her for only 7 years, right?
Yeah.
But this is both of their sons?
Yeah. I don't understand. Unless maybe he cycles through wives. Like maybe he was married to her 20 years ago
because he's like, now I have to tell his mother, and he goes talks to his wife. But they make it clear he's only married. Yeah, he would have to, or he's. I don't follow. Once again, I don't think they thought
here's the thing. Astrid is not the current wife. Remember that redhead who gets no dialogue but is right next to him during the hunt?
When she said
that's the current wife.
He had already left her.
Yeah, he left her way in the past.
That's all right. That makes more sense.
So Astrid hasn't been married to Gabriel for a long time, but he's like, I got to tell his mother.
Yeah.
So he's like, they murdered our boy.
But don't worry, he will be avenged. You're like, oh no, look out, Hugh Dancy.
Look out, Hugh Dancy.
You thought Hannibal was trouble for you. Watch out for these Loop Guru, you know?
They're on your ass.
You thought Francis Dollarhide was a problem, man? You have no idea. Oh, god damn. Just go watch Hannibal, everybody. It's so fucking good. And it's
mourn for the fact that it stopped when it did.
I know, and Brian Fuller and the cast are always going like, we'd love to do more, and you're just like, please do.
They were just getting to the good stuff.
Well, they were talking. He was going like, yeah, we wanted to bring in Clarice in season 4, and you're like,
yeah,
oh, come on, it would have been so good.
All right,
yeah, all right, mourn for that. That's one of those great like, oh, that's unfair. So anyway, yeah, so he's at a train station. Of course, it's the classic Bucharest train station where no one is except Hugh Dancy, obviously.
Right. Right.
I love the
and he's looking over his shoulder because Interpol could be there looking.
Well, because he sees 2 uniformed cops and he puts up his hood like, oh no.
Yep.
But then, what he didn't see is 2 of the Loop Garoons show up. And
they are acting like cops because for half a second he thinks cops have gotten. They're like, sir, we're gonna need you to come with us. And he's like, oh shit, you guys are cops. And they're like, we didn't say we were cops. Oh, they're Loop Garoo.
Yep.
They caught him.
Well done, my Loop Garoons.
And it is time for our number 2.
It's another werewolf gathering. And they're like, yep, bring out who we're hunting, and it's Hugh Dancy, and now Vivian's got to come out of the crowd going, you can't do that! And they're holding her back. No, you son of a bitch!
The love of my life!
But I love that this is where, I mean, there's so many stupid things in this movie, but this could be the stupidest in terms of a stupid thing a character does.
Yeah.
Gabriel makes a big point about, and you won't have any protection. And he rips the silver necklace off. But they didn't check his pockets for the knife or anything?
They didn't. No. They don't know about that knife.
No, because that's insane. They're just like, oh, we're on to you because you used this to kill my son. That's not going to happen again.
We're taking that crucifix off, and now you
got
have no
pal.
protection.
Yeah, that's right. But
it's not like you've got anything in your sock.
I didn't think, come on. And so... Yeah, they
deserve to be killed. And
then we get some Loop Garoon stupidity where because he's like, get her out of here, and they put her in a car, and then they both stand on one side of the car while she just gets out the door on the other side.
Right when the hunt kind of takes place,
oh my God.
They've stuck her in a car and they're looking the other way because she's safely in the backseat.
Yeah,
she just exits out the other side and runs off, and they're none the wiser.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then here's what I love. In the first, I mean, they're trying to credit Hugh Dancy's character with some cleverness here because he'll be the first in centuries to win this thing. He actually gets across the river. But I fucking love the line. It is my favorite line in the movie. When he's running and there's a million werewolves after him, he sits there going, creeks lead to rivers.
that he said that out loud. I couldn't, man. I don't care how good an actor you are, Hugh Dancy. That is impossible to deliver. Right?
I know.
Yeah.
And also, here's the thing I don't understand about it. He also tries to throw them off by smearing his blood on trees and then running the other way, and then like washing his wounds in some water to screw up their senses. Okay, maybe that's an explanation, but in that first hunt. That poor drug dealer, one takes him down, but the rest of the werewolves they're all side by side. They get in. It's a whole group. In this thing, somehow they're expecting us to believe that once he gets to the river, only one wolf of course it's Gabriel, is right on his heels.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck is that about? Because, and she, having started after them, is able to catch up. So it's just her in werewolf form and Gabriel in werewolf form. And I'm like, where are the other 35 of them?
I know.
Where did they
make a big point
up?
of showing all of these people turn into wolves, and then it comes down to he kills like 2, and then it's these 2, and everyone else has just disappeared.
Yep. And I'm sorry, I don't buy that. But he manages to get across the river, and the werewolf that is Gabriel, it's coming towards him. It decides to cross the river, and he goes, I won. Yeah. I made it. You're supposed to leave me alone. And it's, no.
Yeah. What a piece of shit Gabriel is.
Even Gabriel's breaking his own rules. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I can't imagine they lasted centuries because none of them can stick to one fucking rule.
None of them can stick to one rule. None of them are very smart at, like, I mean, the car thing, really. I'm like, are you kidding me?
They didn't lock the doors.
Hey, boss, did you hear something? I didn't hear anything. No one locked.
They didn't lock the doors, and she just
and they
goes
both
out the
stood
other
on the
side.
same side of. Nobody thought, well, maybe I should stand on this side of the car in case she tries to open this door. Nope.
Holy shit!
Nope.
This is stupid.
Yeah.
But anyway, he has his butter knife.
Yeah.
And weirdly, he takes down Gabriel.
No, he doesn't. Vivian in wolf form defends him.
Oh, right. That's right. But he does lash out at her because he doesn't know what she looks like in werewolf form.
Right. So he cuts her.
By the way, she's all white.
Yeah, it is one of those. I do
on
love the thinking of, they're like, well, they're all wolves. How do we know which characters? Okay, well, she'll be a white wolf. Yeah.
And he's going to be mottled gray and black.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, God.
But anyway, he doesn't like stab her in the heart or anything. He just slashes her arm, but she is poisoned. So she changes back and she's all ill.
Yeah.
He's got to save her. And he got to see her naked.
Yes.
They've only been on like a date, but now he's seen her totally naked.
I'm trying to think about how the psychology of that would work between horror that the girl you like is a werewolf and seeing her naked. That'd be a real split in thought process.
Be a combo.
Yeah, there'd be a
on
lot.
The one side,
lot going on.
She's a supernatural slavening beast that eats human flesh. On the other side, nice boobs.
On this side, that body be banging, man.
That body be banging.
Here's the thing.
Those are the kind of words that should never come out of your mouth.
Here's the thing about, and once again, sorry to be mean to Agnes Bruckner, who is very pretty, but is so boring that I'm kind of not attracted to her.
I feel the same way.
So
she has a conventional
pretty.
Blonde American attractiveness, but if there's, and she may be highly intelligent.
Oh, I have no,
she, or whatever, but she doesn't portray it on film. So since I'm not interested in her as a character or as an actor, that loses. Yeah,
that's a big.
She's
that's
not
a
as
big part of like movie crushes and stuff. Is like there's tons
movie
of
crushes. It's got to be personality and intelligence as well as being very hot.
Yeah, you can't. No, it's true. You see that all the time, and I think that
I never found Denise Richards attractive.
Same here. Ever. Never got it. And
I'm sitting there going like, I'm sorry.
That is why as much as I love Starship Troopers, well, that is also why I'm like, he doesn't like Dina Meyer. Why?
That makes no sense.
Makes no sense in that movie.
Jesus Christ.
Or like also Denise Richards in World's Not Enough. You're like, oh, but Sophie Marceau is in this, and she's infinitely more appealing. And also that I do really like her whole arc in that movie.
Yeah, she actually has an arc.
She's a really cool character because the Bond girl ends up being evil in that. Spoilers for World Is Not Enough.
Complicated. She's complicated.
She's complicated. It's real. It's that movie. Yeah, that movie has some good stuff in it.
It has some good stuff, but also series worse stuff in it. So that's bad to have it in the same movie.
Oh no, I think Die Another Day has way more embarrassing stuff than World's Not Enough.
I think I'll die another day.
That song is one of the big ones. Talk a series worst song by far. Yeah. So when he cuts her and the wolf form, yes, she turns back human, but also, as we've talked about, now the silver's in her blood and is poisoning her. But apparently pretty slowly because she's like, we can wait till the next night to get the...
She's actually conscious enough to kind of walk him through what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Which is good because he doesn't know enough about loup garous. So she's basically like going, there is an antidote.
Yeah.
We just need to wait until next night because we can get it at this place. I know where to go.
But in the meantime, what are we going to do with all these daylight hours? Bang. She's also well enough to have sex, even though she's seemingly being poisoned to death by the silver in her blood.
I can't remember at what point they end up in, like, we'll be safe here. And what is this place? It's an old
film factory.
Film factory.
Yeah.
And they also feel the need for the dum-dums in the audience to have an expositional piece of dialogue.
This line is so silly.
She goes, you want to know why loup garou don't come around here? And he's like, no, why? And she goes, they make film here. And you know what's included in the process of making film? Silver.
Yeah. He didn't know that because, once again, this character is very stupid.
This guy who is in the printing trade wouldn't know something about film process. Now, true, I know photography and illustration are different, but you come up through the arts knowing a lot of these things.
It's just common knowledge, right?
And she's like going, this place is so infiltrated with silver.
Yeah.
It's even just in the air, silver particles. So, loup garous stay away from it.
But wouldn't that be killing her then if they were hanging out?
Sure. Well, maybe she's already poisoned, so it's like not much worse it can do.
Yeah. And still, once again, though,
but he does load up a bag or two with like silver dust or whatever.
Oh, because he'll use that later. Yeah, he'll use that shit
Jesus,
man. But I do like where they look at each other and he's looking in her eyes once again, and she's cut, so her true nature is
she's like, I don't want you to see.
But he looks in her eyes, and you gotta love that. I also laughed at this line when he goes, "You can control it."
Yeah,
and then they start making out.
You can control it. He's like, prove that.
I love.
Let's bone.
Well, I just love they did. Let me look in your eyes. Wait. Oh no, you're a good werewolf. All right, let's get it on.
Oh, you're one of the good ones. Oh, that's awesome because I like you so much.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, and then
this
like
really worked out.
Even though she's conceivably been fatally poisoned, at least in the moment, she's good to go.
That seems like for instance, and I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Not that the people listening will believe this.
Yeah.
But I've had girlfriends, and here's the thing: if I have the flu or something, I was always like, yeah, let's. But sick. No, I don't want to do that. I want to get some rest.
Yeah.
I want to curl up with some NyQuil and go Betty Bye. So
it's a thing I love in the movie Knocked Up, where Paul Rudd's like, she's like, I don't know, my stomach is really. And I remember Judd Apatow talking about it clearly because he goes, most of the time when you don't have sex in a marriage, it's due to intestinal distress. And that's sort of thing. Yeah, it's like, who's like, oh yeah, let's get it on. I'm really...
Well, the joke is always that men are always in the mood or that kind of thing, but no, especially if you know it's going to be there when you feel better.
Yeah.
And you're like, look, in a couple of days, I'm totally down for this, but right now, it will not be pleasant.
I've had some, and I
don't want to do a hacking cough somewhere in the middle of sweet, sweet love.
Either you feeling that, or even because it is like, real attractive. Was like, oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that's
like, oh, nothing hotter, man.
And that does happen a lot in action movies too. There's always the cliche of the guy's gotten winged. He's been shot through whatever the clavicle.
The sexy,
but he's still
the sexy wound patching is in every movie I watch.
Yeah,
let me sew up this knife wound. Oh yeah.
I mean, it is true that even Indy, God bless Indiana Jones, but that guy beat to shit, and he still gets together with. At least you hear him go, "Ow!" That's kind of cool.
Well, in Raiders,
it is Marion. It is Marion.
But there is in Raiders the scene where she tries to get, and he's asleep.
Yeah, that's right.
They do at least acknowledge that, like, man, he's been.
Yeah, you reach a physical limit, and you're like, I need to rest before I.
And some of it too, maybe, especially like bullet wounds. I think there may be some functionality issues in there too, depending on where you've been hit. Blood is not going to travel.
Trust me, blood's not traveling.
Yeah.
You're probably down a couple of pints.
So he still loves
We've talked about the important things today, John.
We really have. Well, this book was sexually explicit, as we've talked about, though. So
I know.
And then Okay, that now starts the one, but who did find that the one person who knew they'd be at the Silver Factory is her Aunt Astrid, who pulls a piece on her, and this now starts one of the dumber. Once again, I keep saying I gotta stop saying one of the dumbest things in this movie. But how much of the end of this movie is werewolves with firearms? Really got me. That's what I want in my werewolf movie. Lots of gunfire
and firearms
and lots of shooting. Because I just thought like, why are they shooting at him? Turn into wolves, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, that's the thing that he can't do.
At the end of the movie, yeah, he's just shooting it out with the werewolves in human form. What are you doing, movie? Because like in the underworld movies, there's lots of shooting, but it's the vampires shooting the werewolves. The werewolves are just tearing people apart.
New. This is fresh and new.
I just always
werewolves with guns.
Finally, werewolves with guns. I love the idea of characters who are more powerful than guns actually making the less powerful decision to use guns.
Yeah,
it'd be like Superman's like, I'm just gonna pick up this AK-47. This is just gonna make things way easier.
Superman with a gun. Oh, I've shown you one of my favorite ties I've had for a long time. Is the Hulk with this huge gun, and it was from the Peter David period where he was Smart Hulk.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
And he had joined the Pantheon. Very 90s.
I know.
But yeah, he's got this big rifle.
Yeah.
And that's on my silk tie. Hulk with a huge rifle. Like, he is the strongest thing ever.
Yeah.
Might as well have a gun too, though, right?
I love when superpowered characters.
Buddy.
It's like whenever they give Spider-Man a car and like a toy, and you're like,
I
think that's going to be slower than him using his webs. It's going to really slow him down. All right, so the
Flash on his motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like,
but
what?
she, of course, pulls the gun and is like, Vivian talks her down, and she doesn't shoot them, and oh, whatever. So they go see.
It is like, you killed my son, and she goes, we have a right to choose our own paths. Don't you understand?
She's like,
and she's like, oh, I guess so.
Okay, fine.
All right.
And lets him go. And so they go to the pharmacist, who's a really weird character in this movie. But I like that they go, we're going to need this. And then she pulls a gun on the pharmacist. Vivian does. And Hugh Jackman's like, what are you doing? She's like, this pharmacist works for Gabriel.
Yeah, and we see him trigger a silent alarm.
Yeah. And so the Loop Garoons show up, and there's lots of shooting once again.
But she does get the
antidote. Yeah.
And Hugh Dancy sees in the guy's secret thing that he's got silver bullets, which means the guy's been protecting himself.
Well, because the Loop Garoons kidnap Vivian, right? And then Hugh Dancy goes back into the pharmacy and goes, "Oh yeah, give me
those silver bullets.
Give me all the silver bullets you've got."
And apparently, now I don't know guns that well, but he is using a Kalashnikov, isn't he?
Oh,
Hugh Dancy, that rifle he has.
Yes, at a certain point. No, he's not
the one
using...
he loads with the silver bullets.
He does. Yes, he does. Yeah, he's got it's a Russian gun.
He must have loaded it with a lot of the silver bullets, but they make a point of showing that at one point when he's hanging upside down that he loses a lot of the bullets he has not put into the chamber.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's supposed to be like, he's lost his bullets. And then we proceed to see him shoot like 18 rounds.
Here's the thing that makes no sense is he's got a gun that has a magazine.
Yeah.
But he's just carrying bullets loosely. So
yeah,
they had a lot of bullets, but only one magazine for the gun?
Apparently so.
Oh, that's insane.
Well.
Yeah, because it is. But yeah, then as you talk about, it's stupid movie thing where they make a point of him losing bullets. You're like, this is going to be hard, but then he seems to not run out of bullets.
He seems to not run out of bullets, and he's got backups like the silver dust and then setting the whole place on fire.
Silver dust. Oh, yeah, because he throws the silver dust, and then he sees, because this is the werewolf hangout, there's all these bottles of alcohol, and he sees that they've been shot, and he's like, I bet I could light this place on fire.
Well, actually, he says out loud, he goes, alcohol is flammable.
Creeks lead to rivers.
He doesn't, but it's right up there with creeks.
I mean, he might. This is the guy who said creeks lead to rivers. Why not have him say that too?
I know. Wait a minute. Fire plus alcohol means more fire.
Talk about Raiders. This is a total Raiders move.
It is.
Yeah, much better. And another thing is, not only is there.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, John. Did you just mention that Raiders is a better film?
It's a little bit better than this. Yeah.
What are you, nuts?
But what I was gonna say is, like, this is another example of something we time and time again back on my old podcast, The Action Shelf, would bring up, which is people shooting guns is not inherently exciting, and that is very much the case here. There's lots of shooting, but the shootout is so boring. There's no interesting choreography to it. Nobody's getting shot in any exciting ways. Nobody's making any, like, marksmanship. And by the way, while all this is happening, Vivian is in a cage that Gabriel's put her in, and you have Olivier Martinez have to do this, like, do you see? This is what they want to do to us.
Yes.
And you're just like, oh God.
This is what they want to do to us. Yet weirdly, we are doing this to one of our own. Do you see? Do you get the point?
No, it's not hypocrisy. I'm teaching a lesson.
Well, she also at one point, if it's making a real solid point, she's the one that later goes, if we just hunt them down, and kill them indiscriminately, how are we any better than them?
Classic.
And John, I got to say, when she delivered that line, it really made me think.
We haven't seen that in a billion comic books about don't kill because then we'll be the villains. Nope.
I was like, wow.
And so
it was heavy shit.
But it ultimately does come down to she's got the gun. Gabriel's gonna kill Hugh Dancy, and she's like, I can't shoot him. And then she does.
Yep.
Because he leaps at Hugh Dancy. And by the way, I don't know what her skill with a firearm is, but shooting a target that's literally flying through the air, I mean,
pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive that she hits him.
You gotta wonder, is there some sort of, like, gun training when you're a loot guru? They're like, we're gonna teach you also how to shoot.
What I love about this movie too is there's no guns until the third act is nothing but guns.
It's true.
Like, nobody even had it. His goons didn't even have guns earlier in the movie. And all of a sudden,
they just suddenly show up, and everyone is.
That's the thing that was crazy when they're in the warehouse and his guys, like, bust out pistols and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, when do they have guns? Everybody's just shooting at each other now. Oh God,
I feel robbed of more werewolf action.
So he's dead, and then also, I swear, maybe I missed it. Did they set up that the other members of Rafe's pack were also in this cage? Because as the place explodes, she's like, hold on, I gotta go back. And she saves the other guys.
They set it up, but they do show her doing that, and we are able to infer.
But like, when they did that, I felt like that was the first time, because I was like, wait, those guys were there?
Also, they teased the whole thing about, they don't really tease the whole thing, but at the very end of the movie, you're led to believe that she is now the leader of the pack.
Yeah, because so she and Hugh Dancy they run out with the building exploding behind them. Very movie. Yeah. Very, very much a movie thing. Yes. This movie does a movie thing. But yeah, I mean, but it's just like, once again, it's a shot you've seen in a billion other movies. And then they get in a car, and yes, as they're driving through the streets, they're all doing the subservient hair swooping bow to her.
And there's like a voiceover, or maybe she's talking to him, but
unclear.
Basically it's like, we can go anywhere now because these are my people now.
Yeah.
But basically, we don't have to worry. They now bow to me.
I just like did like some kind of energy signal go out that all told them, Gabriel's dead.
I guess so. It's like now. Gabriel's dead, and apparently Vivian's the one who took him down, and she's our leader now.
Yeah, but it's other than them doing that, like, what does it matter that she's the leader? Because they're getting out of town.
Yeah, I know, but basically she's like, we can go anywhere, and that's the whole thing. We're not trapped. And she's like, where do you want to go? And he goes,
he's still got that red notice on him, so.
Yeah, but his girlfriend is a fucking alpha werewolf.
Yeah,
so
she's the queen werewolf.
I think he's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But basically, he goes, what about Paris? And that's supposed to mean something to us. I'm not sure what.
I don't know either.
But they play it off like that's like, a callback.
I guess because it's romantic? I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I don't remember them talking about Paris earlier. All right.
And then they do another movie thing. Can I just say this drives me nuts?
Yeah.
Because the last shot is them, they've made it to Paris, and they're driving through the Arc de Triomphe.
Yeah, well, how else would we know it's Paris?
Here's the thing. The Arc de Triomphe, and you actually see it in this, is 2 lanes.
Yes.
But the movie thing that I can't stand is if they're doing a wrap up or trying to make a badass shot, the person drives down the fucking dead middle of
always.
2 lanes.
Always. I've never seen it presented in the other way.
Yes. This guy, Hugh Dancy, is driving down the middle of that street. And I'm like, thank God there's no traffic, because they would be swerving out of the way of this crazy American guy who doesn't know how lanes work.
Yeah. I will say, once again, and it's like, oh God, he's talking about this again, but that is where I got to give props to the Mission Impossible Fallout chase scene where it's through Paris, but they make that part of the tension is he has to navigate the traffic that's there.
Yes.
It's actually, that's good filmmaking. All right.
Well, they didn't have the money to stop traffic. Are you kidding me?
My God. Yeah. Jesus Christ. So here's the craziest thing. I did, as we were talking, scan through the plot synopsis of the novel.
Oh,
Did you read what's different in the novel?
Besides the age difference and that it was sexier?
Yeah.
Not really, no.
In the book, she ends up with Gabriel.
Oh, so man, that would piss off fans, wouldn't it?
Massively different.
Yeah.
Because, like, the whole thing is, like, number one, Gabriel is not like a villainous character.
Yeah.
And Gabriel, there's another villain character who is the ant. The ant is actually like really evil, and in the end, Gabriel ends up having to kill the ant to save her, and actually the Hugh Dancy character ends up being like, "You are all fucking monsters."
Oh yeah, he turns away because he's disgusted by them.
Yeah, and so she ends up becoming Queen of the Werewolves at Gabriel's side in the book. So that's like
that's very, very different.
That's incredibly different. So yes, I do now, having just scanned this, and the whole thing is all in like small town USA, and they're all teenagers, and just like, so this almost has nothing to do with them. Like, it's one of those where you could adapt this book and it would in no way resemble this movie. Again, not that you should. Please don't.
No, please don't.
Because we'd have to watch it, and I don't want to see another version of this. But we have to watch all kinds of shit.
So this movie I did not enjoy.
Not enjoy. My big question, I don't recommend it. It is not worth anyone's time. It is properly forgotten. This is a movie that this basically, for all intents and purposes, doesn't exist. When I was,
again, not the worst we've seen, but there's totally
forgettable.
Here.
Forgettable is exactly the.
If you want to see young, handsome Hugh Dancy, I won't fault you.
No, but there's other better stuff.
He's charming in it.
There's other better stuff to watch him in.
There's almost anything he did.
Pretty much anything else he did. Whatever that movie that he and Claire Danes met on is better than this.
And also Ella Enchanted.
Oh, he's very charming in that.
He's very charming.
Which is a Disney kids movie,
and he's playing basically a charming prince.
Yeah,
so.
But it's him and Anne Hathaway, so.
That's a winning cast.
That's a very winning cast.
I'd like to see Anne Hathaway as a werewolf.
Yeah, look, I'd watch her in almost anything. I find her intensely compelling. Talk about somebody who is not only gorgeous, but also very charismatic.
Incredibly talented.
And very talented.
And can hold her own against a Jared Leto doing a ridiculous accent for hours and hours.
Yeah. I love that story she tells about, like, I was just trying to tell him I saw his movie and liked it. And he was like, what are you talking about? What the movie? It's just like, oh, Jesus. Oh, boy. Go watch, you know what? It's not great, but I would say go watch Hugh Dancy play Galahad in Antoine Fuqua's King Arthur movie over this.
Which is the one where he first met Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah. And I love that those guys are such close friends.
Yeah. I love the fact that they got to basically circle each other for all of Hannibal. It was great.
Yeah. Yep. And now you can see him every week as Executive ADA Nolan Price on Law and Order.
I kind of want him to go back into movies because I just don't want to watch a Law and Order show.
But every week he gets a cool monologue where he sums up the case and is like, you got to look into your hearts. Yeah, because he's the ADA, so he gets the cool closing argument in every episode.
There you go. All right. So what's next week?
Well, next week, crap. Well, we're certainly going to up the energy and decrease the quality as we return to the Blood Rain franchise, my friend.
Oh no!
It is Blood Rain 2: Deliverance.
No, we're doing another Blood Rain.
We got to do the whole Blood Rain trilogy.
John, I have a very, and I'll do this on mic.
Yeah.
A very personal question to ask.
Yeah.
When we first started doing this, over the podcast, over the pandemic, it was, I think, your idea. My question to you is, was this a long-term plan to destroy me?
Well, this podcast has evolved really, because it was like, let's do the Universal Monster movies. It's like, hey, this is fun. Let's do Hammer. And
do you remember
now
when the ratio was so much stronger of, well, this wasn't good, but it was a lot of fun. Now it's just like, this was shit. This was shit. This was shit. This was shit.
I will say we've got some good stuff upcoming. There is some better stuff. So.
But isn't the Wolfman coming up?
The Wolfman is the first of the 2010s. That's 2010.
Okay. It is coming up.
It is coming up. It is coming up. We've got some,
and that's not great, but I do like it.
I'm kind of a mild defender of that movie.
Yeah, no,
I think it gets a bad rap. I'm not going to say it's great, but I think people way overreact to it.
And compared to all the behind the scenes stuff, it's amazing that it came out as good as it did.
Absolutely.
Joe Johnston, MVP.
Love Joe Johnston, my friend. Love that man.
I got no problem with him.
Love Joe Johnston.
Any man who gave me the Rocketeer and Captain America: The First Avenger.
My God,
that man is in my pantheon.
Good. But we're going to the Old West this time. We were in medieval wherever in the first one. Now we're taking things to the Old West as Rain teams up with Billy the Kid.
No, Christ almighty.
That's right, but hold on. I'm sorry. I just looked at the. She's not teaming up. She's taking on Billy the Kid, who, yes, according to this, was a vampire. So.
Well, I mean, that's been rumored for a long time. I'm glad someone finally just addressed it.
I just like she travels to 1880s America to stop the vampire Billy the Kid and his posse of vampire cowboys. Oh,
so historically accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I will say though, once again, it could be worse, and this I'm hoping is at least dumb in a fun way.
Dumb fun. Yeah,
we are.
That's
swapping
what I
out,
can hope for.
We are swapping out. What was her name? Christina Loken. Yeah, we are swapping her out for Natasha Malthe, who we know very well from other stuff.
Oh, we know her. I wouldn't say very well.
Well, on this podcast, we know her pretty well. Because she keeps showing up in all the movies we watch. So yeah, she'll be doing it. She'll be playing.
She'll probably be better than Agnes Bruckner.
Yeah, actually, I do find there's at least Christina Loken, same thing. There's at least like a kernel of charisma in those women, as opposed to the.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we shall see.
We shall see next week for Blood Rain 2: Deliverance. Yes. But that is going to do it for this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters. I'm John Campbell.
I'm Brendan Jones.
And remember, there are such things as monsters.
And creeks lead to rivers.